Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And welcome to another episode of A Couple of Brain Cells. I'm Amelia.
I'm Kyle.
This is a podcast all about the significant moments in pop culture and internet history that Kyle has missed out on and that I have been too chronically online for.
Can't wait. What do we got today?
Today we're covering a topic that has many forms and many lives. It's probably actually not the last time we'll talk about something like this. Even as the people are different. But it's a very similar theme, I guess. I'll just get right into it.
I can't wait. The excitement's just bubbling.
Since the dawn of the Disney Channel.
The dawn? Wow. We're going way back.
Yes, we're going back in time. Since the dawn of the Disney Channel, there have been love triangles between its stars. Every generation of people who grew up watching the Disney Channel have a group of actors who come to mind probably as I'm talking about this, and trust, we will cover a lot of them because it's really entertaining. Kyle, what was your relationship to the Disney Channel like? Did you watch it often?
I watched it. I couldn't tell you any shows that I watched, but I definitely watched it. I feel like it was so long ago, and that memory is just dissolved into gray matter by now.
Girl, you don't know a single one?
Well, I remember That's So Raven, and then her little brother's show, right?
Mm-hmm. Corey in the House?
Yes. That's it.
Okay.
I know there's more, but that's it.
I think I know the answer to this next question, but did you follow anyone's personal lives at all?
Oh, I watched Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and then I watched the boat one, the boat version.
On Deck.
Yep. No, absolutely not. These people, these child stars, I didn't really keep up with them.
Okay. Well, I did. Is that surprising to you?
Absolutely not.
We're going to cover today a newer entanglement in the grand scheme of things. Today we're going to be discussing all the drama between Olivia Rodrigo, Joshua Bassett, and Sabrina Carpenter.
I know some of those people.
Okay, I was about to ask, do you know who any of these people are?
Yes.
Who?
I know who the girls are. They're famous pop stars.
Okay.
That make great music.
Period. Okay, well, even for me, this drama that happened between these people was actually a few years after I stopped watching Disney Channel. So it was kind of interesting to hear about it because I'm just history repeats itself over and over.
If it's after you stopped watching Disney Channel, were you still keeping up with these people, or were you keeping up with them while they were live on it, or? No,
so Sabrina Carpenter I had heard of, and we'll kind of get into it, but she at the time was the only one I was kind of. Around 2019 I knew who they were. The end of 2019.
I'm understanding Sabrina Carpenter is nothing like who she was on the Disney Channel. And that Olivia has some, you could see the connections, but Sabrina's, nothing's left. Is that true?
I don't know. I kind of don't agree with that because I do feel like the Disney Channel is a really good, boot camp. For young actors and, performers.
Interesting.
But yeah, I wasn't, as aware of everyone, the way I was, really aware of Miley Cyrus when Hannah Montana was on, obviously, because I was watching it every
I remember that
day. Yeah. So we'll just get into who everybody is, and we'll just jump right into it. So we'll start with Olivia Rodrigo. So if you have been living under a rock, Olivia Rodrigo is a singer and actress. She was born on February 20th, 2003, and as her Instagram bio says, she is a spicy Pisces.
It kind of sounds like you're, doxing her.
Well, annoyingly, the ages matter, so okay. I wanted to put their birthdays. She originally got her start in the acting world. She did a few commercials before starring in an American Girl doll movie called Grace Stirs Up Success. We honestly could do a whole episode.
Was she Grace?
She was Grace. Oh. We could do a whole episode about American Girl doll movies, but basically every year, American Girl releases a doll of the year. And it's supposed to be a representative of that year.
Was she one of them?
She played one of them. She played the Girl of the Year for 2015, Grace.
How fun.
Yeah. She also made an appearance in the sitcom New Girl. However, she's most well known for the stuff she did on Disney. She first appeared as Paige in the TV show Bizarre Vark.
Bizarre Vark.
Yeah, this is a show I did not keep up with. I was aged out by the time Bizarre Vark was airing.
Bizarre Vark.
Here's the IMDb description of the show, just so we know like what this is. Best friends, Paige and Frankie, express their offbeat individuality through funny music videos for their vlog channel Bizarre Vark. So like them making music videos and being silly. The show ran from 2016 to 2019, which is a very average lifespan for a Disney Channel show that usually lasts about 3 years. Randomly, Jake Paul was also her co-star in it. And if you don't know who Jake Paul is, he's a YouTuber who's like an agent of chaos, but...
That boxer.
He also boxes. Yes.
Not the Amazon type.
No.
Okay.
Like the punching type.
Gotcha.
After Bizarre Vark, Olivia was cast to play Nini in the brand new Disney Plus show High School Musical.
Who?
Nini.
Nini. Okay.
She played Nini in High School Musical, the series.
Sounds like a grandmother's name.
I think it's a cute
name.
name.
Hang out with my Nini. My Nini, maybe some cookies.
The show, it's basically a mockumentary style show following the kids who attend the school that the original High School Musical was filmed at, and as they prepare to put on a musical version of the film.
That's interesting. It's kind of, I get it, it's like circular.
Very meta. This show ran from 2019 to 2023, and you may have heard me, it was a Disney Plus exclusive show. And the first season was perceived pretty well. Notably, Olivia was a really big standout. Like, people fell in love with her. I did indeed watch the first and second season of the show, and I think Olivia being the breakout is very accurate. Like, she's very talented, and she's a great actress, and I think she just has a natural, like, magnetic quality to her. While on the show, she was given the opportunity to write a couple songs for it, one being the song All I Want. The song is released in November 2019 alongside the show, and it's like the promotional single for the show. It's a piano ballad about someone yearning for real, true love. Olivia says she wrote it in just 3 days. She had also written a couple other things for Disney at this point, mainly the Bizarre Vark theme song.
Famously.
Yes.
The Bizarre Vark theme song.
Do not ask me how it goes. I did not watch Bizarre Vark for this video.
No problem.
No shade to Bizarre Vark fans.
What do you think they call themselves?
We can't do this every week.
What do you mean? There has to be a name.
Aardvarks?
The Aardvarks? Aardvarkians?
I guess.
Bizarre Varkians?
Well, when it comes to the song, Olivia, like I said, wrote it in about 3 days. It debuted at number 90 on the Hot 100, which you have to actually...
Is that good?
Yes, that's like really good. The Hot 100, I think people think it's like easy to get on, but think about how much music is released all the time.
Yeah, but I also feel like the Hot 100 really only focuses on like 5 genres.
Well, it's very popular.
Or really cares about 5 genres.
It's based on sales. So it's what is popular right now. You know, pop, country, rap.
Sure, so
that's why you see them all the
so
time.
It's probably
on there.
harder to get your first one on there versus your second and beyond.
Yes, 100%.
That makes sense.
Especially if you're new, which even though Olivia is coming from like the Disney machine, she is newer in the grand scheme of things in general.
I wonder how sales works with that now that streaming's such a big platform.
We don't have all the time to get into it, but people aren't being paid as much, but sales still matter, essentially. As of today, this song has over 1 billion streams off Spotify.
I'm probably like half of those.
Okay, me too.
I'm a big fan. Oh, so you're the other half.
Yes, I
Gotcha.
am.
Nice.
But something else noteworthy happens on Olivia's time on the show. She meets her co-lead, Joshua Bassett. Do you know who Joshua is?
I've heard of his name by proxy of you saying the name, but I have no idea who this man is.
Okay.
Do these women know who this man is?
Yes.
Do they want to?
Probably not anymore.
I had a feeling.
So, a bit about Joshua. He was born December 22nd, 2000. He is also an actor and a singer. His first Disney role was in a show called Stuck in the Middle. He appeared in the last season of it and played a character called Aiden. Another fun random co-star moment. The lead in this show was Jenna Ortega, who's a big celebrity now.
Isn't Malcolm in the Middle?
No. Jenna Ortega basically plays like a girl who's like the middle child of this family and is documenting her life as the middle child, I believe.
It's just like the time where like documenting stuff and like, what was that one with the baby?
Good Luck Charlie.
Weren't they doing like documentary stuff too?
Yes, everybody's vlogging.
Everybody's
vlogging.
Did this create? I'm getting so tangential here. Did this create family vloggers?
No, they already existed
by this time. Really?
Yes, family vloggers have existed since the dawn of YouTube.
Did family vloggers then yield this era of Disney Channel?
Kind of. Vloggers did. I think it's because kids had more access to the internet. And there are a lot of kids nowadays where they're like, when I grow up, I want to be a vlogger or I want to be a TikToker and things like that. Like, that's what they want to see, essentially. Want to be.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Joshua is also cast on High School Musical, the musical, the series. And he is playing Ricky, who's the main love interest for Olivia's Mimi.
Why did he want to be with Olivia Rodrigo's grandma?
Stop! That's not her grandma. I realized that kind of sounded like her her character Nini. He was also praised for his musical talents on the show. He actually won 2 Kids' Choice Awards and a Children and Family Emmy Award during his time there. So he's pretty successful as well from the show.
Are the Kids' Choice Awards where they give away those orange blimps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. During the first season...
Was he slimed?
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
During the first season of the show, he and Olivia were praised specifically for their chemistry, which is something that allegedly bled into their lives off-screen because they are teenagers on a TV show.
Yeah, it's, what is it, like exposure makes up like so much of relationships. So like the more you're exposed to someone.
Think about
like proximity.
When you're working at your job and stuff like that, like your first job when you're like younger. You're also just a young person and everybody's hot. Yeah. Exactly.
I just think it's an exposure thing.
Yeah. It's being around each other all the time. That kind of thing. It's also like, we have to remember, like, this is a theme in Disney Channel because it's a bunch of teenagers around each other all the time. It's like high school, you know?
The musical, the series.
High School Musical, the series. Yeah. So before I dive in, it's important to note that neither Olivia nor Joshua have ever actually confirmed that they dated. But there are a lot of allusions to it. It's pretty obvious to anyone who looks at the text that something happened there. When they meet to begin filming the show in 2019, Olivia is 16 and Joshua is 18. Fans begin to notice them hanging out a lot. They're seen at concerts, they're grabbing food together, and they post a lot of pictures together on Instagram. It's pretty obvious showmance happening. At this time, they're also writing and posting little song snippets and commenting back and forth on them on each other's pages. Once the show premieres in November of 2019, the shipping, it gets turned up to 100. Everybody likes them together. Their chemistry is great for the promotion of the show as well, especially because there's duets in the show and they get to perform them together. You get to kind of see their chemistry come to life. There's lots of cute moments in the press. For example, when discussing a scene in which Ricky tells Nini that he loves her for the first time with the LA Times, Joshua said, and I quote, "It is the most powerful feeling in the world. When you don't even have to think, it just comes through you. It was a really magical moment."
Sounds like someone's in love. Right?
However, in July of 2020, so a few months after the show premieres and they're doing all this press together and they're being cute, Joshua is seen at a Black Lives Matter protest with, who do you think, Kyle?
I'm guessing the other part of this story here, Sabrina
Carpenter.
Building a house.
Yes.
As a carpenter would.
Mm-hmm. We can have a discussion about how people were losing their minds over seeing them together, while the focus probably should have been on the movement that they were at. But, people are people. People love the drama. Should we have been making this such a big deal when the Black Lives Matter movement is happening right there? That's, I think a discussion that is welcome. That maybe we can have another time. because we have limited time. So who's Sabrina Carpenter? Let's go into it. She's also another actor and singer.
How many houses has she built?
0 that I know of.
She's not a very good carpenter.
Dealing with the house tour.
Maybe she did build a house.
She can take you to the first, second, and third floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard she spent a lot of money on the west floor.
West floor?
West wing? What did she say? Being reckless because it's insured? Not entering through the back door?
Okay, I'm like, do you actually know the lyrics better than I do?
Probably.
She was born May 11th, 1999. She's also been acting since she was a kid. Her first credit was actually in Law & Order SVU. And on the Disney, am I 100 years old?
The Disney. Like the
on
Nintendo.
Disney Channel. Yeah. She played Maya on a show called Girl Meets World, which was a spinoff of the hit 90s show Boy Meets World.
Is this where that clip with her playing basketball comes from? No,
that's from a movie called The Hate U Give.
Okay, gotcha.
If you guys have not heard the clip that he's talking about, The Hate U Give is a good movie. You should go watch The Hate U Give. But she is playing basketball with Amanda Stenberg's character, who the whole point is that she is a black girl at this predominantly white school. Kyle's giving me a signal to say no, but I need to tell you guys about this clip. It's totally fine.
You don't have to get into much
detail about it. This is what The Hate U Give is
about.
No, this is what it's about, like the actual movie, if you watch it.
But we're getting off topic.
And so she's kind of battling like with this like two kind of different worlds idea and not being able to fit in and things like that. And at one point, she either like lets the ball get away from her or something like that. And Sabrina Carpenter's character goes, "Just pretend it's a bucket of fried chicken." To which Amanda Stenberg's character goes, "Excuse me?"
Crazy, whoever wrote that.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
The movie's really good. You guys should watch it. And if you can read the book. Because the book's even better. But she signed with Hollywood Records, which is Disney's music label. And by the time she met Joshua, she actually already had 4 albums under her belt. So she was like an established Disney star at this point.
But again, that music that she had under her belt is nothing like today.
It's pretty different. It was actually a lot more like R&B inspired. My favorite song off of like her previous stuff is actually this song called Paris. It's very good. There's some gems in there, but it is different. She was also, like I said, a very established Disney star at this point. So she was also like a voice on Sophia the First, which is an animated show. And then she was involved in various Disney like events and projects, also doing a lot of singing and things like that. So it makes sense that all these circles that we're talking about can get involved with one another. They are at least aware of each other. Here's a clip of Olivia being asked who she's most excited to see at the Radio Disney Music Awards.
I love clips. Is it Joshua Bassett?
Music Awards. Who are you most excited to see perform tonight? Sabrina Carpenter. Okay.
So Sabrina said she was excited to see Sabrina Carpenter perform?
Olivia.
Oh, that was Olivia?
Yes, that's little Olivia.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's like, I don't even know how young she is. Probably like 14 in this.
Did we introduce how old Sabrina Carpenter is?
Born in 1999. So she was like 19.
Oh, it's okay. So we did say 1999.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
She's 3 years older than Olivia. And 1 year older than Joshua. So yeah. But obviously Olivia like knew of her because she was this like Disney Channel
she's
star.
in her world.
Yeah. Olivia and Sabrina had also done a few like Disney promotional events together, and being that their shows were running around the same time, they were around each other. Very much co-worker energy though. Mm-hmm. It's worth it to note that shortly before being seen with Joshua, Sabrina was like commenting on some of Olivia's posts, saying like great song, all this stuff. And right before being seen with him, she did unfollow Olivia on Instagram.
Interesting. In
August of 2020, Olivia posted a TikTok with the song All I Want, with a text over her head, and she's like eating a muffin and looking like depressed, that said, "You think you can hurt my feelings? I wrote this song." And then in the caption she wrote, "And that's on failed relationships." Which could mean nothing. I'm sure
it meant nothing. I'm sure it had no, underlying tones towards anything in that world.
Yeah. On Halloween of that same year, Sabrina and Joshua dress up as Shark Boy and Lava Girl, seemingly confirming their relationship. By the end of the year, the High School Musical cast were kind of showing whose side they were on because Joshua's birthday's at the end of the year. None of them wished him a happy birthday, while on Olivia's birthday, every single person was posting about her.
I thought Sharkboy and Lava Girl were like brother and sister.
No, they're like in love at the end.
Are they really?
They hold hands and walk into the sunset.
Oh.
So 2021 is where I think this all enters like public knowledge. Like, you do not have to be in the Disney sphere anymore. So in January, Olivia releases a little song called Driver's License. Have you ever heard this song, Kyle?
Yeah, I think he played it probably somewhere between 12 to 24 times.
More than that. But
in my presence.
Yes. If you have not heard this song, Olivia uses the significant event of getting her driver's license and driving around alone to talk about feeling heartbroken and betrayed. So pretty quickly, there's speculation about who the song is, and all roads seem to lean back to Joshua.
Because Sabrina stole him.
Well, we'll get into it. What's something significant you do when you're 16? You get your driver's license. Also, people find and start kind of repassing around this clip of her talking about Joshua teaching her how to drive when she had her permit.
So he took me in his car and we drove around the In-N-Out parking lot, and that was my first time driving, so I'll always remember that.
In-N-Out parking lot.
Yeah. So you can imagine they probably were like,
place.
when you get your license, all this stuff,
So that means she was in California.
Probably. They were bouncing between. So when they were filming the show, they filmed it mostly at the high school in Utah, but then also in LA as well. There is also a lyric that goes, "And you're probably with that blonde girl who's always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about."
That's crazy that she's so much older, because I understand, especially at those ages.
It feels so big.
It's probably it was 4 years? 3 years?
About 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so this seemingly alludes to Sabrina, as she is a blonde who is older than Olivia. However, I do want to note that Olivia had been posting snippets of this song as she was writing it, and originally the lyric said, "And you're probably with that brunette girl." So it changed.
Oh my gosh.
So the song absolutely explodes. It hits #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and stays there for 8 weeks. It breaks Spotify's record for most daily streams ever for a non-holiday song.
For driver's
twice.
License?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It's also the first song in Spotify history to hit 80 million streams in 7 days.
Wow, that's a lot of listens.
I was probably 79.9 million of those streams.
Yeah.
I think. I love this song. Joshua actually promotes the song on his Instagram story with the caption, "Such a great song."
I feel like that's a slap in the face to Olivia.
Or he's like, I need to put out this fire, because pretty soon fans begin coming after Joshua and Sabrina. There is a discourse that comes up about the ages in all of this. Since Olivia was underage, people accused Joshua of grooming her or being a predator, and accused Sabrina of using her age and knowledge to steal Joshua away from Olivia.
That's so much.
I know.
I think it's interesting when spectators like to partake in high school drama like that.
Yes.
That's literally their age group, was high school drama.
Mm-hmm.
How old? What was the age difference between Olivia and Joshua? 2 years?
Yeah.
That's not really
crazy.
That's not crazy.
It's also, I think, so
and then Sabrina was 2 years older than him. At most.
A year and a half, yeah. I am the #1 age gap hater. Okay, I am. I hate it. It's disgusting to me. However, you have to be nuanced about it. There's no way to just say all age gaps are bad.
So to put it in context, is the high school senior stole the junior from the freshman, because that's the ages.
Kind of. Sabrina's 20.
Yeah, and he was 18.
Well, she's not a senior. She's in college.
I'm saying the age differences equivalent. If you age them all down by 2 and put them all in high school, that's how it would line up.
And I think it's important to remember that they weren't in high school. You know, they were all they had school on set. They were all kind of in the same world.
No one really ever leaves high school.
Well, that's the tea. But you know what I mean? There's not a lot of times when we talk about age gaps, people are like the power dynamic, and there really wasn't that big of a power difference between all three of them.
It wasn't there, but it clearly was felt if it was necessary to mention in the song that you write.
And I think as Olivia's the youngest, she probably feels like, well, she knows more than me, you know, like she knows how to
hold another 2 trips around the sun.
To be fair, 18 to 20 is a big difference. 18 to 19 is a big difference. 19 to 21 is a big difference. Like, you changed so much in that time. But I don't think there is, like, a big discussion we need to have about this age gap. Some other age gaps, I'll talk about it all day and I'll say it's disgusting. But this one, I think if you look at the context, it's not that crazy. Despite all of this, if we look at the text, it seems like potentially Olivia and Joshua's relationship was breaking down, or they were either fully broken up and he rebounded quickly, or there was at least like a little overlap in talking to Sabrina as things were ending. So their relationship was already kind of collapsing or completely done by the time he started speaking to Sabrina.
So the sequence was him and Sabrina show up at the rally together. Mm-hmm. Clearly probably close at the rally. Mm-hmm. Driver's license comes out. Mm-hmm. But they're still together. Allegedly. No, there's definitely overlap here.
Really?
I always feel like when it comes to relationships in Hollywood is the public sees stuff like a month behind.
Yeah, well, I think we see stuff like... We only see the stuff like that low-key we want to be seen. Otherwise, it's... You can tell.
It's like saying, like, you're seeing stuff way behind of when it actually happens.
Yes. Which is why it's so hard to put together timelines and things like that. Another huge thing, since the song was so successful and it's such a good song and many people can just relate to being like, I'm heartbroken and driving around and I still love you, babe, you know, kind of thing. Big celebrities were posting about this song, which just led even more people to look into what was going on and jumping onto Olivia's side and being really mean to Joshua and Sabrina. Unfortunately, during all this as well, Joshua was actually admitted to the hospital with heart failure and septic shock due to stress.
Jeez.
Yeah, so this is, like, serious.
You got that real teenage heartbreak.
And again, they're, like, 2021.
Yeah.
He is actually also releasing a song at the same time, like a couple weeks after she is, called Lie, 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 that people perceive to be about this situation. However, he's been teasing this song since 2019, so it's likely not about any of this. But there is a response song that is released. It's called Skin by Sabrina Carpenter. It releases in February.
I don't think I've ever heard that one. Maybe I have. I just don't remember it.
I've never played it for you.
Oh, okay.
There are a couple lyrics that confirm it's about Olivia, such as, maybe blonde was the only rhyme, and don't drive yourself insane. And there's a lyric that's like, you can't get under my skin while he's on my skin, and stuff like that. It's not the best response song, and fans also did not respond to it well, because it was kind of accusatory and being like, go fuck yourself kind of thing. Unfortunately, it did kind of just make the hate worse. Joshua did also post this song to his Instagram in support of Sabrina. He's just posting. He's support everyone. I think he's trying to put out the fire.
I think he just wants either one of them to be with him. 'Cause I bet you he's probably getting to the end of his rope with Sabrina too.
So Olivia actually did an interview where the interviewer asked her about Skin and what her response was to it, and asked her, like, would you ever write a response song back? And this
sounds like it's like in the world where like diss tracks come out.
Yes.
About each other, but like two pop girls.
It's kind of weird.
Like it's not in their world to be doing.
Right. And also so quickly as well.
I thought pop girls just write songs about like the guy being a jerk rather than the woman who stole the guy. No,
there are many songs about hating women.
I actually don't know her at all. I think we've met once or twice in passing, but I've never had a conversation with her, so I don't think I could write a song that was meaningful or emotional about somebody that I don't know. But I think artists should be able to write about whatever they want to write about.
I think that's a decent response.
Good PR response.
Yeah,
that was definitely
she
prepared.
is Disney media trained. So.
That was prepared.
Yes. And I think, especially like for the whole situation, I think that was a good response. So all this drama did kind of throw a wrench into like other plans. Sabrina and Josh had actually written and recorded a song together, but ended up pushing the release because they didn't want it to seem like the drama, and they didn't want it to like
Sabrina and
overshadow.
Josh?
Yeah.
He sings?
Yes.
Oh,
he
he was
in
in high school. Yeah,
yes.
The high school musical. The musical, the series.
And he was releasing his own music at the same time.
He makes music? Has he ever hit the top 100?
If he has, it's not been in the top 10. I haven't seen it personally. So they had released or written and recorded a song, and then they were pushing the release out to make it seem like they weren't fighting back or like responding because it was already done. Joshua actually continues to support post in support of Olivia. Can I speak?
Sometimes.
In support of Olivia in April with her second single, Deja Vu. Another great song. Mama. Mama. She's just eating. She comes out with the gate swinging.
Mama's eating.
So in May, it's only a few months after this, a couple things are happening.
May what year?
2021.
Okay.
Olivia's gearing up to release Sour.
1 year after COVID started.
Yes. Which is her first album. Wait, am I right about 2021? Hold on. Oh yeah, in 2021. So she's gearing up to release Sour, which is her first album. Many of the songs are believed to be about Josh. But also in May, Joshua actually comes out as bisexual. It was kind of accidental. He was doing an interview and they were talking about Harry Styles, and he called Harry hot. Then he released a official statement the next day, thanking fans for their support and acceptance. Unfortunately, wrapped up with the Olivia stuff, even though this is his truth, there were a lot of fans who were just seeing red and were accusing him of faking it or trying to take the attention away from Olivia's album release to like help get the heat off of him. I don't think that's true at all, but I think it's a good example of like how vicious people were at this time and were being online, and kind of turning. I think this was also kind of a turning point for all three of these people in terms of how they're talking publicly about the situation, because all of them kind of ended up more tight-lipped after this. But unfortunately, like I said, Olivia's album, a lot of it is presumed to be about Josh, so he keeps getting a lot of heat. Sour is also extremely successful, becoming one of Spotify's most streamed albums of all time to this day. Olivia begins making a full pivot into pop stardom and stepping back from Disney Channel.
Good.
I think that's the right decision.
I think if you hit a home run and you find out that you're good at it, you might as well commit to it.
Exactly. In December of 2021, Joshua is getting ready to release 3 singles. He's making the rounds, doing interviews to promote them. At this time, he mentions that he and Olivia have not spoken since the release of Driver's License. Specifically, he says that she has not spoken to him.
Why would she? Nothing to say.
He goes on this show called the Zach Sang Show. It's a like celebrity interview show. And he hints that if he laid out the timeline of everything, it would shock everyone. So I'll show you this clip of him talking about it.
When you said shock everyone, it's giving to me YouTube thumbnail. Like, this shocked everyone. Super shocked face. Yeah, let's see the clip.
You talk about in Crisis it only being half true. Mm-hmm. And then you also say that you're okay with playing the bad guy. But, like, were you the bad guy? Like, the thought of looking at you and thinking bad guy, like, doesn't even appear in my brain.
Can we talk about how hard Zach Sang is, like, kissing his ass? This is something that Zach Sang does. Okay, anyways.
I think sometimes people need people to be the bad guy, whether that's to feel better about themselves or for whatever benefit they have, they need to make people the bad guy.
He goes on to say, like, if I laid everything out,
that's so everybody. Not true. It's just so not true that someone has to be the bad guy.
What do you mean by this?
I think if you made paradise on Earth today, then you wouldn't need any bad guy anywhere if people actually cared for things to be good.
Okay, period. The songs and his interviews are hinting at like some possible untruths coming from Olivia. Also, sometime during the year, Sabrina and Joshua break up. We don't really know exactly when, but we do get a couple hints from Sabrina later. So heading into 2022, the world is significantly Team Olivia.
Yeah.
So she attends the Met Gala, Olivia, in an incredible look. She's wearing a gorgeous purple dress. She has purple butterflies in her hair.
Do you have this
She looks
photo?
amazing. I do have a photo.
Oh, wow.
She looks really good.
They both look great.
Yes. And he said both because Sabrina Carpenter also goes to this Met Gala in 2022. She's wearing this like 2-piece gold outfit, also looking stunning as well. Her hair is straight. And, you know, as people are watching the photos come out from the night, this one photo starts to circulate of actor Sebastian Stan. But if you look in the background of this photo, it's clearly him from inside the party, and he's like mogging at the camera, like posing for it. But right behind him, there's 2 women. One leaning down a bit, purple butterflies in the hair, speaking to a short blonde woman. Sabrina and Olivia speaking, and they seem to be on decent terms.
You know, I was wondering at some point, probably like 10, 15 minutes ago, if this was the classic girl hates girl, girl hates girl, because the guy in the middle, when the girls actually connect and talk on a level, it turns out they actually both hate the guy and not each other. I was wondering if it was ever going to get to that point. So
I think it has.
Are we heading this way?
I think it is heading that way. Yes. In July, Sabrina releases an album called Emails I Can't Send, which features a song called Because I Liked a Boy. The song is a much better response song and was less about the other people involved, so not Joshua, not Olivia, really, and more about the general drama and specifically the media coverage around it. It's a great song. It also revealed that when all this was happening, she and Joshua had already broken up. The album was much more successful than her last 4, and also featured the songs Nonsense and Feather, which were more popular with people outside of the Disney sphere. Also at this time, the 2nd season of High School Musical, the series, is premiering. Joshua and Olivia pose together on the carpet and appear to be at least cordial. They're like doing like little peace signs and stuff. Sabrina goes on tour this year as well. It has some pretty funny moments referring to her past relationship with Joshua. This first clip, she is talking to fans in the crowd and asks for their names. Let's see.
Wait, what's your name?
We're done. Haley.
Haley. And what's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua.
She said,
That's like one of my favorite clips of Joshua. Can you describe her face in hearing the name Joshua?
She had a face that said, not that she's upset at this man for being named Joshua, but just that she knows what comes next by just hearing that in the room, which is exactly what happened. That everyone just had to have a reaction to it. That almost as if she can't ever get away from it being a public figure.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, she seemed kind of exhausted by the idea of the name.
She did look a little entertained, though. Like, of all the people she could have picked, she picked a bitch named Joshua.
Yeah, because of course that would happen.
Yeah.
Of course
it's like that kind of thing. Like, oh.
Yeah, like, of course.
I think it's my favorite video.
Of all the names in the
like,
world, one of the 2 people she points to is named Joshua.
And you have to also imagine, like, her fans were probably in the trenches, like, defending her and stuff like that. So they are also all aware. So a good note on your end to be like, the whole room knows what the heck. You know, when she says that name, like, what's going to happen, essentially. So the next clip is of one of her Nonsense outros. So the song Nonsense has, like, this little freestyle-ish rap, not even rap, like, spoken word outro, I guess. And every night on tour, she would change it to be something about like the city she's in usually. So this is her one from an LA show.
Now we're getting to the time that I know of these girls.
Okay, yeah. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Openly.
And she knows that people know, you know? Mm-hmm. You know? No.
So she knows that people know, but Joshua Bassett doesn't know.
He also knows. It's like there's this awareness, but there's also like a fear of like poking the bear.
I think he's afraid of these women.
Yes.
Because I think he knows that they're bigger than he will ever be.
Okay, well, that's, yeah. You can believe that. I think you're right. But So that's all happening in 2022. In 2023, it's pretty separated from each other. There's a couple little things that come up. So one, Joshua gets very religious. I'm not shaming anyone who's religious. However, the situation is not the greatest, it seems. He gets baptized at the Bethel Church, which shocked his fans. Not because he was turning to religion, and that in previous interviews, he had talked about how growing up, he was expected to, like, push his sexuality away. And it led a lot of confusion and depression on his end. Then he gets baptized at a church that has been known to promote conversion therapy. He did come out and say that he was unaware of this, but when he got baptized by them, and that he did not support conversion therapy at all. But like I said, a lot of his fans were really concerned and disappointed. And also, a lot of people pointed out that a lot of the cast and his coworkers of High School Musical, the musical series, are queer. A lot of them are gay. And
I'm very surprised to hear this.
This is, like, really, like, people are more worried than anything. They're like, is he, like, okay? But as far as Sabrina and Olivia, there isn't much interaction between them. However, Sabrina releases an EP at the end of the year called Fruitcake for Christmas time. She posts, like, a little snippet of the music video, and then there's a link to take you to the music video.
Was there a picture of a fruitcake?
No.
Well, I've never had a fruitcake.
I've never had a fruitcake. They look gross.
Neither have I, but it's like...
They look stale always.
I always feel that people, like, hate them, and I want to try one.
Let's try one
for the sake of trying a fruitcake.
Let's try one next Christmas.
Okay.
So she posts, like, a little snippet preview of the music video she shoots for one of the songs, and there's a YouTube link on it to, like, take you to the music video to watch it. However...
It's a rickroll.
When you click on the link...
The way Sabrina accidentally put Olivia's interview on her Instagram story.
She accidentally copy and pasted the link to an Olivia Rodrigo interview.
Instead of her own music
video.
Probably because it was the last thing on her clipboard.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. What was the interview?
The interview was a Jimmy Fallon interview. And actually, I believe in that interview, I have to double... You know what? I'm going to look right now.
Was it confirmed an accident, or did it sit up for 24 hours?
It was quick, but people watch celebrities' Instagrams like 24/7.
Yeah, no, I'm sure of that, but I didn't know she left it staying up there. So she deleted it and reposted with the correct link.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so confirmed accident.
And hold on. So, okay, yes, so I knew it. So the interview, part of the interview is about how she accidentally got caught stalking her ex. Because there was a moment in 2022 where she like unfollowed everyone, because that's what celebrities do when they get really famous. Because something that people do is also watch who you're following. Yep. Like, that's how people found out that Sabrina unfollowed her. She unfollowed everyone, but she was stalking Joshua, and she accidentally followed him. And people saw it. And so it was that interview that Sabrina linked to.
Sabrina linked to... So Sabrina made the music video.
Yes.
Fruitcake. Linked to the Olivia Rodrigo Jimmy Fallon interview about Olivia Rodrigo following Joshua Bassett
on accident. And getting caught.
Interesting that Jimmy Fallon, of all people, would be talking about this.
Well, Olivia's talking about it, but yeah.
So she brought it up to him.
I don't know. I didn't watch the interview.
Okay.
I don't remember the interview. I watched it when it came out, but I just confirmed that was what that was. So, really embarrassing moment, and just like,
what a world to live in,
where everybody's watching what you're doing like that.
I just think being that level of famous, is completely foreign to anything that.
And like, they're young women, like, they're gonna stalk their exes and accidentally follow them.
Okay.
So, something else happened in 2023. A particularly large musical event. Do you have any guesses?
Coachella.
Bigger
than Coachella. Oh, the Eras Tour.
The Eras Tour, baby.
She was staring at me, just waiting for me to get it.
I'm a Swiftie.
It definitely was bigger than Coachella.
I'm a Swiftie,
I'm sure the Eras Tour brought in more money than all Coachellas combined.
Oh yes, 100%. So part of understanding the Olivia and Sabrina of it all, you have to understand where Taylor Swift comes in, because it is a layer on top. And I think about Taylor Swift all the time. So,
Yep.
Both Sabrina and Olivia are heavily inspired by Taylor Swift. This is not crazy. I think many female artists in their age range would say that Taylor Swift is one of their influences in some way, specifically with writing. During the promotion for Driver's License and Sour as a whole, Olivia continuously talked about Taylor a lot. She was a massive fan. It's very easy to see the songwriting influence. I completely understand the connection. It's very like, here's everything about my life. I'm spilling my guts out. Guts mentioned Olivia's second album. But that's something that Taylor Swift is obviously really well known for. Taylor publicly also hyped up Olivia as well. She wrote her a letter, gave her a ring similar to the one that she wore when she was writing the album Red, and even had Olivia help with some of the promotion for Fearless Taylor's version. Which you can imagine, as I imagined, like, that would probably be an absolute dream come true to Olivia, where it's like, this person I've looked up to is becoming my peer.
I wouldn't say peer, I'd say mentor.
Yeah, or mentor.
Yeah, I don't think they're at a peer
but,
level.
like, I'm in the same world. Like, that's,
yes,
you know, that's crazy.
mentor in that world.
However, when Deja Vu dropped, something changed. People online began to compare the bridge of the song, Deja Vu, to one of Taylor Swift's songs called Cruel Summer. I'm going to play the bridges for you, and then you'll give your reaction to the people. Obviously, I won't be playing them here, but I do encourage you all to listen to both of them and give them a stream, because they'll both deserve more streams. So, Kyle, I'm going to show you these now.
Probably also help everyone to understand.
Yes.
What we're going to listen to.
So, I'll tell them a little bit. So, the bridges are both kind of like, again, more spoken wordy and sped up compared to the rest of the song. But we'll be back in a second. What do you think?
I can hear it, but I don't know. I guess I'm not that musically inclined to really draw the connections between the two.
I'm of the mind there's influence, but it's not a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually music's all going to be that.
Exactly.
We're going to run out of, music combination and lyric combinations in the next 100 to 200 years. So
I also think there's 7,000 other bridges that sound like this. I think it's like a really good part of the song, Well, it seems like behind the scenes there was some sort of business dealing that happened, because the producer of Cruel Summer, Jack Antonoff, and Taylor ended up with writing credits on Deja Vu, which means that they get a portion of the royalties from Deja Vu. A lot of people online talk about how Taylor sued Olivia. That is not true. I think people get confused because there was some sort of lawsuit situation thing with one of the original members of Paramore for one of her songs, Good For You, where they said they were copying, or she was copying them. However, it is kind of a messy business thing to slap your name on it. And it's obvious Olivia was either really bothered by this or hurt or just worried that someone else would say, like, this song's a copy, because she completely stops talking about Taylor Swift. Period. And if she does get asked, she gives a very, like, blasé answer, like, yeah, she's really nice, love her music.
I wonder if she was advised by Taylor to do that.
I don't think so.
I
think she was maybe advised by her own team. And I feel like if she was hurt enough, because putting myself, again, I'm a Swiftie, I love Taylor, I love Taylor Swift, I would be very hurt by this. Because also it is something that has kind of followed Olivia for the rest of her career. Almost every damn song she puts out, people are like, it sounds like this.
I think that's just generally how pop stars are treated.
Yeah, it's really unfair. All that happens summer of 2022. So, like, right when the album comes out, cut to summer of 2023, and a new batch of Eras shows are announced for Latin America. And who is the opener? Sabrina Carpenter. And people are kind of gagged by this because Olivia is such a direct descendant of, like, the type of art that Taylor makes. Like, everybody was like, oh, Olivia's gonna open for Taylor one day. Like, that was, like, a thing. Olivia is the Tay daughter, the true one, And here's Sabrina, who a lot of people perceive as, like, an enemy to Olivia, opening up for Taylor on this massive tour. And the Eras tour was great for Sabrina. With a mix of videos from the Eras tour and her own tour going viral, she was positioned perfectly for a spot at Coachella in 2024. As is tradition, before performing at Coachella, she dropped another tiny song you may have never heard of, called Espresso. That's That Me Espresso, which again blew the fuck up. Genuinely one of the best pop songs of the decade, period. She releases her album, Short and Sweet, later that year with a song called Taste. Another song about being in an entanglement with a guy and a girl, because believe it or not, it did happen again. Where she was this kind of like other woman type person. And in it, she cheekily references that drama, both the new one and the old one, with the lyrics, "You could have him if you like. I've been there, done that once or twice. And singing about it don't mean I care. I know I've been known to share."
Interesting.
That's kind of funny.
Interesting way to own it.
Yeah, it's just like... Because it's very much also like, why do I keep getting in these situations? So where is everybody now? Sabrina is only rising in her stardom with back-to-back albums. Short and Sweet and Man's Best Friend doing amazing. She also
I feel like she's like super busy.
Yeah, she's booked and busy. She also just wrapped up another Coachella set, but this time she was headlining just 2 years later. Joshua recently made his off-Broadway debut as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. Do you know what that show is?
Absolutely not.
Yep. He's also set to release a book next month, an autobiography titled Rookie, My Public, Private, and Secret Life. Which I'm like, found that out while I was researching this, so if all of this information I've said today changes, my bad.
Well, that's what part 2 is for.
I should have been patient, but I didn't want to be patient. Olivia is gearing up for the release of her third album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, and just dropped her single, Drop Dead. She is anticipated to have a very, very successful album cycle. And I wanted to talk about this because I've been thinking about Sabrina, obviously a lot with the Coachella of it all, and Olivia, I've been listening to her song almost nonstop, so I just think about how far they've come from being Disney stars, and they have, I think, been able to separate themselves from this decently.
Yeah, I think I've been in proximity to you, with you listening to Drop Dead about 12 times since it released like 7 days ago.
Yeah.
And that's just me being in proximity to you, not even how many times you played it on your
But
own.
what do you think? Like, do you think that they have separated themselves enough from this?
I really hope that they're actually friends.
I don't think they'll ever be friends.
Which is sad. I think the two of them could probably do great work together. Mm-hmm. I've always thought it's funny when there's love triangles with two women and a man, and the women end up pairing up and just like dog walking the man. Mm-hmm. Because it's usually the problems come from him. I always like that general trope, and maybe it's more in the movies than anything else, than in real life.
Yeah.
But if they did, I'd be very happy. I think that'd be really funny.
The only reason I think they are not friends is I think this situation was not easy for them.
I think it's probably better. I could see it's probably better for both of them just to stay apart, even if they don't want to for any reason.
Just
to stay clean.
Again, peers.
Just because of the audience. I don't think it's a them problem. I think it's the population around them would be the problem for them, and no one wants to give themselves headaches that they don't need to. Yeah.
Well, that's all I have for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys all for listening. We're so very grateful. All sources and everything will be linked in the description. Again, I'm going to post some clips and stuff to our Instagram, so you can go there for the little carousel. But other than that, we will see you next week. We do it all again.
Bye.
Bye.